El dolor en mi pecho se intensifica mientras permanezco acostada en esta cama que se ha convertido en mi prisión durante las últimas 3 semanas. A los 74 años, después de haber sido una mujer independiente y fuerte toda mi vida, me encuentro reducida a una sombra de lo que fui, luchando contra una neumonía que se niega a abandonar mis pulmones y una debilidad general que me tiene postrada casi sin fuerzas para hablar. Mi médico, el doctor Ramírez, viene a visitarme cada 2 días y me asegura que con reposo adecuado, medicación correcta y cuidados apropiados, me voy a recuperar completamente en unas semanas más. Pero por ahora mi cuerpo se siente como si me hubieran atropellado 10 camiones. Dale like, suscríbete y comenta el nombre de tu ciudad para más relatos reales como estos. La casa donde he vivido durante los últimos 30 años, desde que enviudé, se siente extrañamente silenciosa, excepto por los sonidos ocasionales de mi nuera Verónica, moviéndose por los pasillos con una energía nerviosa que me resulta inquietante. Mi hijo Eduardo, que trabaja como gerente en una empresa de telecomunicaciones, sale temprano por las mañanas y regresa tarde por las noches, dejándome al cuidado de su esposa durante la mayor parte del día. Esperanza, mi empleada doméstica de confianza desde hace 15 años, viene 3 veces por semana para ayudar con la limpieza y la cocina. Pero durante los días que no está aquí, quedo completamente dependiente de Verónica para mis necesidades básicas. Durante las primeras semanas de mi enfermedad, Verónica había mostrado una solicitud que me pareció genuina, trayéndome caldos tibios, asegurándose de que tomara mis medicamentos a tiempo y manteniéndome informada sobre llamadas telefónicas de amigas preocupadas por mi salud. Sin embargo, durante los últimos días, he notado un cambio sutil pero perturbador en su actitud hacia mí. Sus sonrisas parecen forzadas, sus conversaciones son breves y funcionales, y hay algo en sus ojos cuando me mira que me produce una inquietud que no logro definir completamente. Esta mañana, mientras lucho por mantener los ojos abiertos después de tomar la medicación que siempre me produce somnolencia, escucho voces en la sala principal de la casa. Verónica está hablando por teléfono con alguien, pero su tono es lo suficientemente alto como para que pueda captar fragmentos de la conversación desde mi recámara. Las palabras que logro distinguir me llenan de una ansiedad creciente. Muy enferma. No se va a recuperar completamente. Es el momento perfecto. Nadie va a cuestionar nada. Cuando Verónica termina su llamada telefónica y escucho sus pasos acercándose hacia mi recámara, trato de aparentar que estoy dormida, pero mi respiración agitada probablemente me traiciona. Ella entra al cuarto con una determinación en su postura que no había visto antes, camina directamente hacia mi cama y se sienta en la silla que habitualmente usa para hacerme compañía durante las tardes. Mercedes, sé que estás despierta, dice con una voz que suena extrañamente fría y calculadora. Necesitamos tener una conversación muy importante sobre tu situación. ¿Mi situación? Logro susurrar con la poca voz que tengo disponible. Tu salud, tu futuro, tus necesidades de cuidado a largo plazo. ¿Qué quieres decir? Mercedes, hemos estado hablando con especialistas médicos y la realidad es que tu condición no va a mejorar significativamente. Vas a necesitar cuidado profesional constante. ¿Qué especialistas? El doctor Ramírez me dijo que me voy a recuperar completamente. El doctor Ramírez está siendo optimista para no preocuparte, pero Eduardo y yo hemos consultado con especialistas en geriatría que tienen una perspectiva más realista. ¿Eduardo está de acuerdo con esto? Eduardo está preocupado por tu bienestar, obvio. Por eso hemos tomado algunas decisiones difíciles pero necesarias. ¿Qué decisiones? Verónica se acomoda en la silla y me mira con una expresión que ahora reconozco como triunfal disfrazada de compasión. Mercedes, a partir de hoy, te vas a ir a vivir a un lugar donde puedas recibir el cuidado profesional que necesitas. ¿Un lugar? ¿Qué lugar? Hay un asilo muy bonito en las afueras de la ciudad, especializado en cuidado de personas mayores con condiciones médicas complejas. La palabra asilo me golpea como un rayo directo al corazón. Durante toda mi vida he tenido un terror profundo a terminar mis días en una institución, lejos de mi hogar, rodeada de extraños, perdiendo toda la independencia y dignidad que he trabajado tan duro para mantener. ¿Asilo? Verónica, yo no necesito un asilo, solo necesito recuperarme de esta neumonía. Mercedes, necesitas care constante que nosotros no podemos proporcionarte. Eduardo trabaja todo el día. Yo tengo mis propias responsabilidades. Y no es justo que toda nuestra vida gire alrededor de tus necesidades médicas. ¿Mis necesidades médicas? Verónica, solo estoy enferma temporalmente. Mercedes, sé realista. Tienes 74 años. Tu cuerpo ya no puede recuperarse como antes. El doctor Ramírez dice que... El doctor Ramírez te está dando falsas esperanzas porque no quiere upset you. Pero la realidad es que people de tu edad con tu condición rarely recover completamente. La crueldad casual de sus palabras me deja sin aliento. Está hablando de mi futuro como si yo fuera un objeto que necesita ser relocado, no una persona con feelings y derechos. Verónica, esta es mi casa. Aquí es donde quiero recuperarme. Mercedes, this casa es muy grande y difficult to maintain, especially con una persona enferma que necesita constant attention. ¿Qué estás diciendo exactamente? Estoy diciendo que we're going to sell la casa. El money se va a usar para pagar tu care en el asilo y para help Eduardo y yo establish nuestro own life without la burden de maintaining esta propiedad grande. Vender mi casa, la casa que compré con mi difunto esposo, la casa donde crié a Eduardo. Mercedes, it's just una casa. Houses can be replaced. What's important es que tengas proper medical care. Esta no es just una casa. Esta es mi home. Mercedes, don't get upset. Es bad para tu condition. ¿Cómo no me voy a upset? Me estás diciendo que me vas a meter en un asilo y vender mi casa. We're telling you que we're making arrangements para que tengas el best care possible. ¿We? Eduardo está de acuerdo con esto. Eduardo understands que this es la best decision para everyone involved. Quiero hablar con Eduardo. Eduardo está en el trabajo. He'll be home tonight. Y podemos discutir los detalles entonces. ¿Qué detalles? Los arrangements para tu transfer al asilo. Ya we made initial contact con la institución y they can receive you este weekend. ¿Este weekend? Verónica, ¿estás hablando de la próxima semana? Mercedes, no hay razón para prolongar esta situación. Mientras más pronto te establezcan en un ambiente with proper care, sooner podrás focus en tu recovery. ¿Y mi aposentadoria? ¿Mi pensión? La pregunta parece activar algo en Verónica que había estado esperando. Sus ojos brillan con una satisfacción que me produce escalofríos. Oh, Mercedes, qué bueno que menciones eso. We've arranged para que tu pensión sea transferred directly al asilo para pagar tu care. Transferred directamente al asilo. Actually, para make los administrative processes más fáciles, la pensión va a be transferred a mi account y yo voy a make los payments al asilo directly. A tu account. Es la way más efficient. De esa manera yo can manage todos los financial aspects de tu care without to having to worry about paperwork y details. La realización de lo que está pasando me golpea con una clarity devastadora. Verónica no está haciendo arrangements para mi cuidado médico. Está orchestrating un plan para tomar control de todos mis assets mientras me warehouses en una institución. Verónica, ¿tú estás trying to steal my money? Mercedes, ¿qué things tan terrible to say? We're trying to help you. Help me robándome mi house y mi pension. Nadie te está robbing anything. We're making arrangements responsables para tu future care. Y después que me metan en el asilo y vendan mi casa, ¿qué va a pasar con el money de la sale? El money de la house sale va a be invested wisely para ensure que tengas resources para long-term care. ¿Invested by quién? Eduardo y yo vamos a manage tus finances, porque obviously ya no puedes handle complex financial decisions en tu condition. Yo no estoy incapacitated mentally. Mercedes, people quien están seriously ill often no pueden make clear judgments about their situation. Mi judgment está perfectly clear, clear enough para sí que me estás trying to rob. Mercedes, you're getting yourself upset over nothing. Everything we're doing es para tu own good. Para mi own good sería quedarme en mi own house con proper care aquí. Mercedes, that's not practical. Hiring full-time nurses aquí would cost fortune. Y honestly, it would be disruptive para our life. Disruptive para your life? Eduardo y yo somos young couple que necesitamos privacy y space para build nuestro future. Having una invalid living con nosotros indefinitely no es fair para anyone. La palabra invalid me corta como cuchillo. En 3 weeks, en la mind de Verónica, I've gone desde being una person temporalmente sick a being una invalid que needs to be warehoused. Verónica, I am not una invalid. Estoy recovering de neumonía. Mercedes, accept reality. At your age, recovery is not guaranteed. Even si you do improve, you're never going to be completely independent again. ¿Cómo sabes eso? Because I've researched extensively sobre age-related health issues. People in their 70s who have serious respiratory infections often develop chronic conditions que require ongoing care. Research extensively, or has been planning this desde el beginning de mi illness? Mercedes, that's una accusation muy unfair. Unfair or accurate. Verónica se levanta de la silla y camina hacia la window de mi bedroom. When she turns back para face me, her expression had changed completamente. The fake compassion had been replaced por una coldness que me terrorizes. Mercedes, let me be completely clear about the situation. You are una elderly woman con serious health problems que cannot live independently anymore. Eduardo y yo are young people con our own lives que we're not going to sacrifice para take care de una person quien requires constant attention. Eduardo agreed a esto. Eduardo understands que sacrificing our future para maintain tu current lifestyle no es reasonable. Mi current lifestyle? Living en una house que es too big para you, consuming resources que could be better used for people quien have decades of life ahead de them. Consuming resources es mi own money. It's money que could be better invested en Eduardo's future y our future children. Future children? Mercedes, Eduardo y yo want to start una family. But we can't afford children mientras we're financially responsible para maintaining tu expensive lifestyle. Expensive lifestyle? Yo vivo very modestly. You live in una house que costs fortune to maintain, you require medications que are expensive, y now you need care que could cost thousands de pesos monthly. Y ese money va come from my own pension y mi own assets. Mercedes, at your age, esos assets should be transferred to LA Next Generation so they can be used productively. At my age, Veronica, no estoy dying. You're not dying immediately, but statistically, people in tu condition don't live much longer. The callous calculation in her words leaves me speechless. She's already mentally buried me y está dividing up my assets. Además, she continues with increasing cruelty, you really don't necesitas much en este point. Un simple room en el asilo, basic meals y una ropa para el día de tu burial. That's really todo lo que any persona en tu situation needs. ¿Una ropa para mi burial? Mercedes, say realistic. We need to be practical about the future. The casual way she mentions my burial clothes, as if my death is an immediate inevitability rather than a distant possibility, fills me with a rage I didn't know I still possessed. Get out, I whisper. ¿Qué? Get out de mi room. Get out de mi house. Mercedes, this conversation isn't over. Yes, it is. Get out. Mercedes, you need to understand that you don't have choices in this situation. The arrangements had been made. The asilo is expecting you this weekend. The bank has been contacted about transferring to pension. Y Eduardo ha agreed to toda la plan. Get out. Mercedes screaming no va a change anything. Esperanza! I call out with every ounce of strength I have left. Esperanza, ven acá! Mercedes, Esperanza no está aquí today. Esperanza! She doesn't work Tuesdays, remember? My heart sinks as I realize I'm completely alone with esta woman quien apparently have been planning mi institutionalization y financial exploitation. Mercedes, you need to calm down. Esta agitation is bad para tu heart. My heart está fine. Es mi situation que está terrible. Your situation va be much better once you're receiving proper care en un professional environment. A professional environment donde I'll be surrounded by strangers y separated de todo lo que I love. Mercedes, attachment to material things no es healthy para una person en tu stage of life. Stage of life? Como si I were already dead. You're en el stage donde comfort y care are más importante que independence y possessions. Comfort y care in my own home with people quien me love. Mercedes, love sometimes means making difficult decisions para otra persona's own good. This no es para mi own good. This is para your own good. Mercedes, I understand que este transition is frightening, pero you need to trust que we have two best interests in mind. Whose best interests? Mine or yours? Everyone's best interests. Tú receives proper care. Eduardo y yo can focus in building our future. Y everyone gets lo que they need. Everyone except me. You'll get excellent care, meals prepared for professionals, medical attention available 24 hours. We are the residents to socialize with. Y you'll get my house, mi pension, y mi assets. Mercedes, you're making this sound like some kind of conspiracy. That's exactly lo que it is. It's practical planning para una family situation que requires difficult decisions. At este point, I realize que arguing con Verónica is useless. She already made up her mind, ha apparently convinced Eduardo to go along con her plan, y está proceeding como si my opinions y feelings son completely irrelevant. But I still have one option left. One person quien might be able to help me, si I can find la strength to reach out to her. Verónica, I need to rest now. Bueno, Mercedes, rest is exactly lo que you need. Y después tonight, when Eduardo comes home, podemos finalize todos los details para tu move este weekend. Fine. Fine? I said fine. Now please leave me alone so I can sleep. Veronica looks surprised por my sudden capitulation, pero she doesn't question it. She leaves mi room, closing la door behind her with una satisfaction que I can practically feel through las walls. As soon as estoy sure que ella ha gone back to whatever ella was doing antes de esta horrible conversation, I gather every ounce de strength que me queda y reach para el teléfono on mi bedside table. There's one person quien might be able to help me. One person quien ha known me since we were 8 años old, quien understands exactly quien I am y what I would y wouldn't want para mi future. Cristina Herrera, mi best friend desde elementary school. Now magistrada Cristina Herrera del Tribunal Superior de Justicia. If anyone can help me navigate esta legal y financial nightmare que Verónica ha orchestrated, it's Cristina. But primero, I need to get help making esta call. My hands are too shaky y mi voice is too weak para manage una complex conversation right now. Esperanza, I call out again, hoping against hope que maybe Ella came in early today. No response. I try again. Esperanza! Footsteps in el hallway. But they're not Esperanzas. They're Verónicas. Mercedes, ¿qué necesitas? I thought you wanted to rest. Think fast, Mercedes. Don't let her know about Cristina yet. Necesito water. I'll get you una glass. She brings me water y stands beside mi bed, como si estuviera monitoring mi every move. Anything else? No, just, ¿cuándo viene Esperanza tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday, so she'll be here in la morning. ¿Por qué? Just wondering. Mercedes, after tonight's conversation con Eduardo, Esperanza might not be necessary anymore. En el asilo, todas tus needs will be taken care of by professional staff. I understand. Good, now rest. Mañana we'll start organizing tu belongings para el move. My belongings? Obviously you can't take everything al asilo. Just basic clothes and maybe some small personal items. Everything else will need to be sold or donated. Everything else. Mercedes, you won't need much donde you're going. Just practical things. After Veronica leaves again, I lie on la darkness plotting mi escape. Because eso es exactly lo que this is. Una escape plan. Escape from una daughter-in-law quien apparently sees me as nothing more que una inconvenient obstacle to her financial plans. Tomorrow, cuando Esperanza comes, I'm going to ask her to call Cristina. Y if Cristina is still la brilliant legal mind que she was cuando we were students together, maybe, just maybe, she can help me find una way out de este nightmare. I close my eyes y try to sleep, pero all I can think about son las words que Verónica spoke con such casualness. Una ropa para el día de tu burial. As si mi death were an administrative detail que she's already planning around. Well, Mercedes, I tell myself, you're not dead yet. Y mientras tengas un breath left in tu body, you're going to fight for tu dignity y tu rights. Mañana, la fight begins. La mañana siguiente arribes con el sonido familiar de Esperanza unlocking la front door y moving about la kitchen with her usual efficiency. From my bedroom, puedo smell café brewing y hear her humming softly while ella organizes whatever Veronica Hoa left scattered around durante her apparently increasingly careless approach, all a household management. Espero until estoy sur que Veronica left para whatever activities ella has planned for today, shopping or visiting friends, or plotting more aspects de mi institutionalization antes de calling out para mi trusted ally. Esperanza, por favor ven acá. Buenos días, señora Mercedes. Her cheerful voice fills me with relief as ella enters mi bedroom carrying una tray con fresh café y toast. ¿Cómo amaneció? ¿Se siente un poquito mejor? Esperanza, necesito tu help con algo very important. Por supuesto, señora, ¿qué necesita? Necesito que me hagas una phone call muy confidencial. ¿Confidencial? Esperanza, ¿tú confías en mí? Claro que sí, señora Mercedes. Usted ha sido muy buena conmigo durante todos estos años. Y yo confío en ti completamente. Por eso necesito que me hagas este favor without telling anyone, especially not Verónica. Esperanza's expression becomes concerned. Señora, ¿hay algún problema? Sí, hay un problema muy serious. Y necesito la help de una old friend para resolverlo. I explain to Esperanza que necesito contact Cristina Herrera y le doy toda la information que tengo. Su full name, el fact que ella es una magistrada y que trabaja en el Tribunal Superior de Justicia. Esperanza, quiero que llames al tribunal y pidas hablar con la magistrada Cristina Herrera. Diles que es una emergency involving her childhood friend Mercedes Sandoval. ¿Y qué le digo cuando she answers? Dile que Mercedes está en serious trouble y que necesita her help immediately. Ask her si puede come to visit me today o si I can be brought to visit her. Señora Mercedes, ¿está segura de que this is necessary? Esperanza, my life literally depends on making contact con Cristina today. The seriousness in my voice convinces Esperanza que this no es una request que puede ignore. She takes mi cordless phone y dials information para get el number del Tribunal Superior de Justicia. Listening to her navigate through varios receptionists y assistants mientras I lie helplessly en mi bed es one de los most anxiety-provoking experiences de mi life. But finally, después de nearly 20 minutes de transfers y explanations, escucho her say, Magistrada Herrera. Sí, estoy calling on behalf de Mercedes Sandoval. Sí, her childhood friend. She says es una emergency y necesita su help immediately. My heart pounds as I hear Cristina's voice through el teléfono, asking questions que I can't quite make out, but que sound urgent y concerned. Esperanza, I whisper. Ask her si puede come here today. Magistrada Herrera, ¿sería posible para usted to visit Mercedes today? Ella está very sick y cannot travel. More conversation in Cristina's voice. She says ella puede come at 2 o'clock this afternoon, Esperanza reports. Y ella wants to know si there are any legal issues involved que she should prepare for. Tell her yes, hay serious legal issues involving financial exploitation y forced institutionalization. Esperanza repeats this information. Y I can hear even from mi bed que Cristina's voice becomes immediately more focused y professional. She says, Esperanza reports, que you should not sign any documents or agree to any changes in your living situation hasta que ella arrive. Y ella says, if anyone tries to force you to do anything, you should call the police immediately. Tell her I understand, y que I'll wait para her arrival. After Esperanza hangs up, ambas we sit in silence for un momento while I process el relief de knowing que help is coming. Señora Mercedes, ¿qué está happening exactly? Esperanza, Verónica y Eduardo están trying to put me en un asilo contra my will, steal my pension y sell my house. ¿Qué? No puede ser. Es exactly lo que está happening. Yesterday Verónica told me que todo ya está arranged. Pero señora, usted está getting better cada día. El doctor Ramírez says que I'm going to recover completamente. Pero Verónica claims que she had consulted con otros specialists, quien say que I need permanent care. ¿Cuáles specialists? I haven't seen any otros doctors aquí. Exactly. I think ella está lying about everything. Señora Mercedes, dices terrible. ¿Qué podemos hacer? We wait para Cristina. Ella es una magistrada, which means ella understands legal rights y financial protections. Si anyone can help me, ella puede. Y mientras tanto, we act como si nothing unusual está happening. If Veronica asks about anything, just say que I'm resting y que you're taking good care de mí. ¿Y si ella asks about phone calls? You didn't make any phone calls. You've been busy with cleaning y cooking. Señora, ¿usted está segura que de magistrada puede help? Esperanza, Cristina Herrera es one de las most powerful legal minds en Mexico City. Si anyone puede protect me from financial abuse y forced institutionalization, ella puede. I hope así. Y Esperanza, después que Cristina arribe y we talk, it's possible que I might need to leave this house quickly. Leave? ¿Dónde va a go? I don't know yet. Pero if things are tan serious como I think they are, staying aquí might not be safe para mí. Not safe? Esperanza, if Verónica está willing to commit financial fraud y force me into an asilo, Brian knows qué other things ella might be willing to do. Señora Mercedes, you're scaring me. I'm scared también. Pero that's why necesitamos la help de Cristina. Las horas hasta las 2 o'clock feel like años. Every sound in la house makes me jump, wondering si Verónica had returned early it might interfere con Cristina's visit. But finally, exactly at 2 p.m., escucho el doorbell ring. I'll get it, Esperanza says, y I hear her footsteps hurrying toward the front door. Mercedes! Cristina's voice carries through la house before Ella even enters my bedroom. Dios mío, what has happened to you? When Ella appears in my doorway, I barely recognize her. La Cristina de mi memory era una serious law student con intense eyes y determination que occasionally frightened our professors. La Cristina standing in front de me now es una distinguished woman in her 70s, silver-haired y impeccably dressed, with una bearing que immediately communicates authority y competence. Cristina, gracias por coming so quickly. Mercedes, cuando I heard que you were in trouble, nothing could have kept me away. She sits en la chair beside my bed y immediately begins what sounds like una legal interrogation. Now tell me exactly qué está happening. I explain everything. Mi illness, Veronica's plan para institutionalize me, la threats about selling mi house y taking control de mi pension, y her casual comments about my burial clothes. Cristina listens without interrupting, but I can see her legal mind processing every detail. When I finish, her expression is grim. Mercedes, this constitutes financial elder abuse, which is una federal crime in Mexico. Y forced institutionalization without proper legal procedures también es illegal. So I do have rights in this situation? You have extensive rights, y I'm going to make sure que they're protected. What can you do? First, I'm going to contact my assistant and have her research all recent legal documents que might have been filed concerning you. If anyone had attempted to establish guardianship or power of attorney without your knowledge, we'll find it. Y después? Después, we're going to establish immediate legal protections para tus assets. I can arrange para una emergency court order que prevents any unauthorized access to two bank accounts, pension, or property. How quickly can this be done? Mercedes, I am una magistrada del Tribunal Superior de Justicia. When I request emergency protection para an elderly victim de financial abuse, things move very quickly. ¿Y qué about my living situation? That depends on what you want. Do you want to stay in this house? I want to stay in my own house, pero not if I'm going to be vulnerable to more threats from Veronica. Then we need to consider alternative living arrangements while we resolve the legal situation. Alternative arrangements. Mercedes, I live alone in una house que es más que large enough para two people. You could stay with me while we straighten out this mess. You would do that para mí. Mercedes, we have been friends durante más que 60 years. If I can't protect you when you need protection, what kind of friend would I be? Pero Cristina, I'm sick. I would be una burden. You would be a guest quien is recovering from illness. I have una staff que can help with anything you need. ¿Y qué about Verónica y Eduardo? What happens cuando they discover que I'm gone? Let me worry about them. Right now, my priority is getting you to safety y protecting to assets from unauthorized access. How do we do this without Veronica knowing ahead of time? We do it today, antes que ella returns. Esperanza can help you pack essential items, y my driver can bring you to MI house within the hour. Pero, and then what? Veronica will know que I'm not en el asilo, y ella will probably call police y report me missing. Mercedes, let her call the police. When they investigate, they'll discover que you're living with una magistrada del Tribunal Superior de Justicia, quien ha documented evidence de attempted financial elder abuse. Who do you think the police vanna believe? You really think this can work? Mercedes, I don't think this will work. I know it will work. I've handled casos like este before. Cristina, I can't believe que después de so many years, you're still protecting me como you did cuando éramos niñas. Algunas things never change, Mercedes. Y mi commitment to protecting people I love es una de esas things. Within una hora, Esperanza ha packed me essential belongings. Cristina ha made several phone calls que apparently set various legal protections in motion. Y I'm being helped into the back seat de una luxury sedan con professional driver. Mercedes, Cristina says, as we drive away from el house, donde I thought I would spend el resto de mi life. Mañana morning we're going to court. By noon tomorrow, you'll have legal protection que will make it impossible para anyone to access to assets or force you into any living arrangement against tu will. ¿Y qué about Eduardo? He's still my son. Eduardo will have to decide si he wants to support his mother or support his wife's illegal activities. Pero esa decisión is entirely up to him. I hope he chooses me. Mercedes, if he doesn't choose you, then you'll know exactly donde you stand con él. You can make decisions about the future based on accurate information rather than false hopes. As we pull into el drivtentar novamente, y continuo, as we pull into el driveway de la beautiful colonial house donde Cristina lives, I realize que for the first time in weeks, I feel safe. The weight, the constant anxiety que had been crushing my chest since yesterday's conversation, con Veronica begins to lift slightly. Mercedes, Cristina says as her driver helps me out del auto. Welcome to tu new temporary home. Mi staff has prepared la guest suite on el ground floor, so you won't have to climb stairs while you're still recovering. La casa is even more elegant than I remembered from my few previous visits over the years. Cristina had done very well para herself, yet shows in every carefully chosen detail of her home's decoration and maintenance. Señora Mercedes, says una middle-aged woman, quien appears at el front door. I'm Carmen, la señora Cristina's housekeeper. We have everything prepared para your stay. Carmen will take excellent care of you, Cristina explains. She has experience caring para people recovering from illness, and she's completely trustworthy. Carmen guides me to una spacious, white, comfortable guest suite con its own bathroom, sitting area, white French doors que open onto a beautiful garden. It's like stepping into una luxury hotel, pero with la warmth de una real home. Mercedes, rest while I make some very important phone calls, Cristina says. By esta evening, we'll have legal protections en place que will make you completely safe from any financial threats. I spend la tarde resting on comfort que I hadn't experienced since before my illness began. Carmen brings me perfectly prepared meals, helps me with medications, treats me con una respect y kindness que makes me realize how badly Veronica had been treating me even before her threats became explicit. At 6 o'clock, Cristina returns to me suite with news. Mercedes, it's done. I have court orders preventing any unauthorized access to TU bank accounts, pension, or property. I also have una restraining order preventing Veronica from making any legal or medical decisions on her behalf. How did you accomplish all that so quickly? Mercedes, elder financial abuse is taken very seriously by Mexican courts. When una magistrada del Tribunal Superior de Justicia presents evidence the attempted financial exploitation, judges respond immediately. So my pension is safe? Tu pension is completely protected. No one except you can authorize any changes to how or donde it's distributed. Y my house? Tu house cannot be sold without tu explicit written consent, witnessed by una court official. Y Veronica can't force me into an asilo? Veronica has no legal authority to make any decisions about tu living arrangements, tu medical care, or tu finances. Cristina, I don't know cómo to thank you. Don't thank me yet. Mañana es cuando things get interesting. What happens mañana? Mañana Veronica discovers que you're not en el asilo, que que her plan to access to pension have been blocked y que any attempt to sell to house have been legally prevented. She's going to be furious. Oh yes, Ella's going to be furious. And when people like Veronica become furious about their illegal schemes being thwarted, they often do things que reveal their true character very clearly. What do you mean? I mean que we're going to let Veronica expose herself. Y when Ella does, we'll be ready to document everything. Esa noche, I sleep better than I have in weeks, knowing que I'm safe y que mi assets están protected. But mi phone, que Esperanza had packed along con mi other essentials, buzzes constantly con calls from Verónica y Eduardo. I don't answer any of them. La mañana siguiente, Cristina y I sit in her elegant dining room having breakfast when her phone rings. Magistrada Herrera, Ella answers professionally. I can't hear la other side de la conversación, but from Cristina's responses, it's clear que someone official está calling about mi situation. Yes, I'm aware de la situación. No, señora Mendoza is not missing. She's staying with me voluntarily. Yes, I am una magistrada del Tribunal Superior de Justicia. No, there are no legal issues con her current living arrangement. When Ella hangs up, Cristina turns to me con una satisfied expression. That was la police. Apparently, Veronica filed una missing person report claiming que you disappeared from your home. What did you tell them? I told them la truth, que you're staying with me por tu own choice, que you're perfectly safe, y que if they want to verify this, they're welcome to come here y speak on you directly. Will they come? Probably. Pero Mercedes, cuando they come, it will be muy importante para you to clearly state que you came here voluntarily, que you feel safer here than in tu previous living situation, y que you don't wish to return. I can definitely say all de eso. Bueno, because después la police verify que you're safe, y here by choice, Veronica's next move will probably be to try legal action. What kind of legal action? She might try to claim que you're mentally incompetent y need a guardian. Can she do that? She can try, pero she would need medical evidence de mental incompetence, y she doesn't have any porque there isn't any. How can you be sure? Mercedes, ayer cuando you explained the entire situation, you demonstrated perfect mental clarity, logical reasoning, y appropriate emotional responses. No competent psychiatrist would declare you mentally incompetent based on your current functioning. At noon, dos police officers arrived to conduct una welfare check. They speak con me privately, verify que I'm here voluntarily, y confirm que I have no desire to return to my previous living situation. Señora Mendoza, una de los officers says, do you feel que you're in any danger from family members? Officer, I believe que mi daughter-in-law was planning to exploit me financially. He forced me into institutional care against my will. You feel safer here? Much safer. Señora, are you being coerced in any way by la magistrada or anyone else to stay here? No, officer. I'm here because my friend Cristina offered me protection when I needed it most. After la police leave, apparently satisfied que I'm safe y acting voluntarily, Cristina y I wait para la next development in what she calls Veronica's increasingly desperate behavior. We don't have to wait long. At 3 o'clock, Carmen announces que there's someone at Ella front gate demanding to speak con me. It's la señora Verónica, Carmen reports, y ella seems very agitated. Perfect, says Cristina. Mercedes, do you want to speak con her? Do I have to? No, you absolutely do not have to speak con anyone you don't want to see. Pero it might be interesting to hear que ella has to say ahora que all her plans have been ruined. Can you be present if I talk to her? Mercedes, I wouldn't let you face her alone. We decide to meet Veronica in la front garden, where Cristina's security cameras will record everything que happens. Veronica arrives in una state de fury que I've never seen before. Her hair está disheveled, her clothes sun-wrinkled, y there's something wild in her eyes que makes me grateful para Cristina's presence. Mercedes, ¿qué crees que estás doing? I'm recovering from mi illness in un safe place. Safe place? You belong in tu own home o en el asilo donde we arranged professional care. Veronica, I don't belong anywhere que you decide to put me. I belong donde I choose to be. You can't just disappear. We had plans. Todo estaba arranged. Todo was arranged without mi consent y against my will. Mercedes, you're being manipulated by esta mujer. Veronica points accusingly at Cristina. Young lady, Cristina interrupts con her magistrada voice. I suggest you be very careful about your accusations. Who are you to interfere in family business? I am Magistrada Cristina Herrera del Tribunal Superior de Justicia. Y I am protecting una elderly woman from financial exploitation. Financial exploitation? We were trying to help her. You were trying to steal her pension, sell her house, y force her into institutional care against her will. That's not true. Señora, I have documentation de your plans. Would you like me to read your exact words about needing una ropa para el día de tu burial? Veronica's face changes cuando she realizes que Cristina knows specific details about her threats. How do you know about that conversation? I know about all de tus conversations. Y I have legal documentation que makes any further threats against Señora Mendoza una criminal matter. You can't keep her here against the wishes of her family. I'm not keeping her here. She's choosing to stay here. Mercedes, this is ridiculous. You need to come home right now. Veronica, that house stopped being mi home el momento que you told me I was going to el asilo. Mercedes, think about Eduardo. He's worried sick about you. Where is Eduardo? Why didn't he come con you? He's working. He's working, or he's too ashamed to face me, después agreeing to the plan. Mercedes, don't be dramatic. Veronica, there's nothing dramatic about refusing to be abused. Abused? Nobody abused you. You threatened to steal my pension, sell me house, y warehouse me in an asilo. ¿Qué would you call that? I would call it practical planning para una persona quien can't take care de herself. Señora, Cristina interrupts again. Do you have medical training? What? Do you have any medical qualifications que would enable you to determine Señora Mendoza's care needs? No, but do you have legal authority to make decisions about her living arrangements? I'm her daughter-in-law. That gives you no legal authority whatsoever over her person or her assets. But she can't live alone. She's not living alone. She's living con me. For how long? For as long as she chooses. At este point, Veronica's facade de concern completely disappears, replaced by open hostility. This is kidnapping. You're holding una elderly woman against her family's wishes. Señora, you're treading on very dangerous legal ground. I suggest you leave me property immediately. I'm not leaving without Mercedes. Yes, you are leaving. If you don't leave voluntarily, I will call a la police y have you removed por trespassing. You can't do that. I am una magistrada en mi own home, dealing con someone quien is making threats against mi guest. I can absolutely do that. Mercedes, this isn't over. Actually, Cristina says calmly, it is completely over. Señora Mendoza's assets están legally protected. Her living arrangements están her own choice, y any further harassment will result in criminal charges. We'll see about that. Yes, we will see. Y when we see, you're going to discover que financial elder abuse carries serious legal penalties. Veronica storms back to her car, but antes driving away, Ella makes una mistake que proves to be very costly. She gets out de her car marches back toward where we're standing y starts screaming accusations y threats loud enough para todos los neighbors to hear. Mercedes Sandoval, you are una ungrateful old woman que is ruining her own son's life. Eduardo worked hard para provide para you, y this is how you repay him, by running away, hiding behind otra vieja rica who thinks she can interfere in other people's families. You want to live like una hermit in esta woman's house? Fine. But don't expect Eduardo to support you anymore. Y don't expect to see a peso de tu pensión, porque we'll fight esto en court hasta que you're dead. Y another thing, when you die alone in esta house, because you chose strangers over family, don't expect Eduardo to waste money in una fancy funeral. We'll bury you in the cheapest coffin we can find, y good riddance. During this entire tirade, Cristina's security cameras están recording everything, y I can see at least 3 neighbors quien han come out de their houses to witness el spectacle. When Veronica finally finishes y drives away, Cristina turns to me con una satisfied expression. Mercedes, we couldn't have asked para better evidence de her true character. Evidence? Everything Ella just said constitutes elder abuse, harassment, way threats. We have it all in videocon witnesses. What does that mean? It means que cuando this goes to court, Veronica will have no credibility whatsoever. No judge will believe que her intentions were benevolent después seeing that performance. You think this will go to court? Oh, it's absolutely going to court. Because now I'm going to file criminal charges against her para financial elder abuse y harassment. Criminal charges? Mercedes, what Veronica did to you is not just morally wrong. Es legally criminal. Y I have enough evidence to ensure que ella faces serious consequences. What about Eduardo? Eduardo will have to decide which side he's on. His decision will tell you everything you need to know about his character. That evening, as I sit in Cristina's beautiful garden with una glass de wine dinner prepared by Carmen, I realize que for the first time in months, I feel like myself again. Not like una burden, not like una problem to be solved, but like una person con value y dignity. Mercedes, Cristina says, joining me in el garden, I have news. Good news or bad news? Extremely good news. Mi legal team finished reviewing tu financial situation today. Ahí, y we discovered que you have significantly more assets than you realized. What do you mean? Your late husband apparently made some very good investments que you never knew about. You're not just comfortable financially, you're actually quite wealthy. Wealthy? Mercedes, your total net worth is approximately 8 million pesos. 8 million pesos? 8 million. Which means que even without tu pension, you could live very comfortably para el resto de your life. I had no idea. Which makes Veronica's attempted theft even more outrageous. She wasn't just trying to steal tu pension, she was trying to steal access to millions de pesos. Cristina, what am I going to do con all that money? Whatever you want, Mercedes. It's tu money. I want to do something good con it. Such as, I want to help other elderly people who might be facing similar threats from their families. Mercedes, that's a beautiful idea. Could we start una foundation or something? We could start whatever you want. Con your resources y mi legal connections, we could create very powerful protections para vulnerable elderly people. As we sit discussing possibilities para using mi unexpected wealth to help others, mi phone rings. It's Eduardo. Should I answer? I ask Cristina. If you want to. But remember, everything he says might be useful if this case goes to trial. I answer en speaker so Cristina can hear. Mamá? Hola, Eduardo. Mamá, ¿dónde estás? Veronica came home completely hysterical saying que you're living con some magistrada y refusing to come home. Eduardo, I'm staying con mi friend Cristina because I feel safe here. Safe from what? Safe from threats to put me in an asilo against my will y steal my pension. Mamá, ¿qué estás talking about? Nobody wants to steal anything from you. Eduardo, did you agree to Veronica's plan to institutionalize me? Long pause. Mamá, did Veronica tell you about our discussions? She told me que you both decided I needed to go to an asilo, que my pension should be transferred to her account, y que my house should be sold. Mamá, those weren't final decisions. We were just exploring options para your care. Eduardo, according to Veronica, todo was already arranged. El asilo was expecting me this weekend. Mamá, maybe there was some miscommunication. Eduardo, was there miscommunication or were you planning to institutionalize me without my consent? Another long pause. Mamá, can we talk in person? This is too complicated para discuss over el phone. Eduardo, we can talk, but it will be here, con Cristina present. Why does esta stranger need to be involved in our family business? Because this stranger is the person quien protected me cuando mi own family was planning to exploit me. Mamá, that's not fair! Eduardo, what's not fair is having to escape from my own home to avoid being institutionalized against me will. Mamá, where did you get these ideas? I got these ideas from Veronica's explicit threats. Yea, I have witnesses. Witnesses? Eduardo, if you want to repair our relationship, you need to decide whether you support your wife's financial exploitation or your mother's right to dignity. Mamá, you're making this sound like some kind of conspiracy. Eduardo, yesterday Veronica told me que I only needed una ropa para el día de mi burial. Does that sound like someone quien was concerned about my care? Silence. Mamá, ella really said that? She said that and much more. Mamá, I didn't know Ella had said things like that. Eduardo, what exactly did you think was going to happen to me? I thought you would get better care in a professional facility while you recovered. Y después I recovered? I hadn't really thought about después. Eduardo, did you think I was going to live in an asilo permanently? Veronica said que people your age con your condition usually need long-term care. Eduardo, mi condition is pneumonia. Pneumonia gets better. But she said que elderly people con respiratory problems often develop chronic issues. Eduardo, who told her that? She said Ella had researched it. Researched it donde? I don't know. Eduardo, did you speak con mi doctor about any of this? No, Veronica said Ella would handle Ella medical aspects. So you were willing to institutionalize your mother based on Veronica's research without consulting any actual doctor? Long, painful silence. Mamá, I think I made some very bad decisions. Yes, Eduardo, you did. Can we fix this? That depends on what you do next. What do you mean? I mean que you need to decide si you're going to support Veronica's continued attempts to access MA assets or si you're going to support me right to live con dignity and security. Mamá, ¿qué are you asking me to do? I'm asking you to be mi son instead de Veronica's accomplice. That's not fair. Eduardo, what's not fair is everything that has happened to me during las últimas semanas. Mamá, can I come see you tomorrow? You can come tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Cristina will be present durante our conversation. Why? Because I need someone there quien will protect my interests. Mamá, I'm your son. I should be protecting your interests. Eduardo, where was that protection cuando Veronica was threatening me? No answer. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. After I hang up, Cristina y I sit in comfortable silence para several minutes. How do you feel about that conversation? She asks. I feel sad que mi son was so easily manipulated into betraying me. But I also feel proud que I stood up para myself. Do you think he's genuinely remorseful? I think he's realizing que his wife lied to him about several things. Whether that translates into genuine remorse remains to be seen. Y si he chooses Veronica over you, then I'll know exactly donde I stand. Y I can plan my future accordingly. Mercedes, whatever happens, you're going to be fine. You have resources, you have legal protection, you have friends key and care about you. Christina, I can't believe que I almost lost everything because I was too sick to defend myself. But you didn't lose everything. Your experience is going to help us protect otros elderly people from similar threats. The foundation. We'll call it la Fundación Mercedes Sandoval para la protección de personas mayores. Una foundation con mi name. Mercedes, your story is going to give hope to thousands de elderly people quien feel helpless against family exploitation. As I fall asleep esa noche in the comfortable guest room de Cristina's home, I realize que the worst experience de mi life had turned into uno de los most empowering. Tomorrow, I'll find out si mi son has learned to value his mother's dignity over his wife's greed. If regardless de his decision, I'll be fine. Because sometimes, la family you choose is stronger than la family you're born into. Y sometimes, standing up para yourself is the most loving thing you can do. Para yourself y para anyone else quien might be watching. Dale like y comparte esta historia si crees que los adultos mayores tienen derecho a vivir con dignidad y seguridad, libres de explotación familiar. Comenta el nombre de tu ciudad y cuéntanos. ¿Has conocido casos de abuso financiero contra personas mayores? ¿Qué medidas crees que deberían existir para proteger a nuestros adultos mayores? Manda sugerencias de historias o casos impactantes en los comentarios. Tu experiencia podría ayudar a otros a reconocer las señales de abuso y encontrar recursos para protegerse. Recuerda que la explotación financiera de adultos mayores es un delito grave y que siempre hay opciones legales para proteger a las personas vulnerables de familiares abusivos.